Before we begin, a few important words. This recording is intended for relaxation, personal development, and general well-being. It is not therapy, it is not medical treatment, and it is not a substitute for professional care from a licensed healthcare provider. No specific results are promised or guaranteed. Every person's experience is unique, and what you take from this session is entirely your own. If you are dealing with a medical condition, a mental health concern, or are currently receiving treatment of any kind, please continue to work with your healthcare provider. This recording is meant to complement your well-being, never to replace professional guidance. Hypnosis recordings, while effective for many people, are not a replacement for working one-on-one with a trained and highly skilled clinical hypnotherapist. If you are dealing with a specific issue and would like personalized help, I invite you to visit phobiafree.life and schedule a free consultation with a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Before we begin, this recording contains hypnosis. Please do not listen to this while driving, operating machinery, or doing anything that requires your full attention. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you can simply relax, undisturbed, for the duration of this session. If at any time you need to be fully alert, you can simply open your eyes, take a deep breath, and return to full waking awareness immediately. Find yourself in a comfortable position now. And you don't need to do anything in particular, just allow your body to settle the way it naturally wants to when given permission to simply be still. You might notice the weight of your body against whatever is supporting you right now. And isn't it interesting how you never really noticed that support before, and yet it was always there? Your eyes can remain open, or they may find their own way to close, and some people find their eyes closing almost before they expect them to, and that's perfectly fine, because your unconscious mind always knows exactly what it needs. With each breath you take, you don't even have to try to relax, because relaxation isn't something you do, it's something you allow, and your body already knows how. Perhaps you notice a gentle heaviness beginning in your shoulders, or maybe it starts somewhere else entirely. It doesn't matter where it begins, only that it spreads slowly, naturally, the way warmth spreads through your hands on a cold day, without any effort at all. And as that comfortable feeling continues to deepen, your mind may begin to drift a little, the way it does in those moments just before sleep, when thoughts become softer, less urgent, more like clouds passing than anything requiring your attention. You don't need to follow every word I say. In fact, your unconscious mind is already doing exactly what it needs to do, and your conscious mind is welcome to rest. With every breath out, just a little more comfortable, a little more settled, a little more yours. And when you're ready, we can go somewhere quite wonderful together. I want to let you in on a secret that might change the way you think about yourself. That feeling you have, the one that says you're a fraud, that everyone is going to find out you don't really know what you're doing, that you don't belong at the table you're sitting at. That feeling has a name. It's called Imposter syndrome. And here's the secret. Almost everyone who's ever accomplished anything meaningful has felt exactly the same way. Einstein felt it. Maya Angelou, who won a Pulitzer, said she felt like people were going to discover she was a fraud. Some of the most accomplished people in the world wake up wondering when the call is going to come, the one that says, "We made a mistake. You were never supposed to be here." Which means imposter syndrome is not evidence that you're unqualified. It's evidence that you're growing, that you're in rooms you haven't been in before, that you're doing things you haven't done before. And the only people who never feel like imposters are the ones who never leave their comfort zone. So tonight, we're not going to get rid of imposter syndrome entirely. We're going to change your relationship with it so completely that it no longer stops you. First, your feeling. What would it feel like to know, really know, that you belong exactly where you are? Not because you're the best in the room, not because you know everything, but because you've earned your seat through work, through persistence, through showing up again and again. Whatever your word is for that feeling, legitimacy, belonging, authority, worthiness, find it. Now, find a time you felt it. Maybe it was a moment when you knew something, really knew it, and you spoke with an authority that surprised even you, and nobody questioned it because there was nothing to question. You were right, and you knew you were right. Or maybe it was a time you helped someone, genuinely helped them, with knowledge or skills that you've accumulated over years of quiet, unglamorous effort, and their gratitude was real, and in that moment you thought, okay, maybe I do know what I'm doing. Or maybe it was a time you looked at your own work, a project, a creation, a solution, and instead of focusing on everything wrong with it, you saw, for just a moment, how good it actually was, and you allowed yourself to feel proud, not arrogant, proud. Or maybe it was just a moment of being completely present in your work, flow state, where the inner critic went silent and all that was left was you and the work and the quiet hum of competence. Or your own moment. Find it. Let it come back. Feel what it's like to occupy your own space without apologizing for it, to stand in your own expertise without hedging, to simply be there, fully, without the asterisk, without the but. I don't really deserve this playing underneath everything. Let it grow. Let it fill the space that the imposter voice usually occupies. Now, here's what's actually happening when you feel like an imposter. Your brain is doing something called discounting. It's taking all the evidence that you're competent, the degrees, the experience, the results, the feedback, the years of hard work, and dismissing it while simultaneously amplifying any evidence that you're not. One mistake gets magnified into proof of incompetence. 100 successes get explained away as luck. Your brain is running a rigged trial, prosecuting you with impossible standards while ignoring every piece of evidence in your defense. And tonight we're calling a mistrial. The evidence is in, and the evidence says you're not an imposter. You're a person who worked hard and grew and earned their place. The imposter is the voice, not you. And that feeling, amplify it now. Double it. Let that sense of legitimacy, of belonging, become so strong that the imposter voice can't be heard over it. like a whisper in a stadium, still technically there, but irrelevant. Double it again. And you might try right now to feel like a fraud. Go ahead. Try to summon that familiar panic. They're going to find out. I don't really know what I'm doing. And notice how it can't quite form, because your body has just reviewed the evidence, all of it, and the verdict is clear. You are not a fraud. You are someone who feels like a fraud, and those are two completely different things. Now imagine your next high-stakes moment. A room full of people you respect, a situation where the old you would have been calculating, do I really deserve to be here? And instead of that familiar inner spiral, you feel this feeling, this quiet, undeniable knowing that you've earned your place, not perfectly, not without gaps, but earned it nonetheless. And you contribute freely, without hedging, without prefacing everything with, I'm not sure, but, or this might be a stupid question. You just say what you know, with clarity, with authority, with the confidence of someone who has finally stopped arguing with their own resume. And people listen, not because you performed confidence, because you radiated competence, the real kind, the kind that comes from years of work, years that the imposter voice was trying to erase, but the work was real, the experience was real, the knowledge is real, and now you're letting it show. And each time you show up this way, each time you choose the evidence over the voice gets quieter. Not gone, it might always whisper, but quieter. And your real voice, the one that knows what it's talking about, gets louder, until one day, the imposter voice is just background noise, and you, the real you, are the signal. And now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And you can choose. Open your eyes, knowing you belong, ready to show up without the asterisk, or drift into sleep, your unconscious mind reviewing the evidence all night, building a case so strong that the imposter voice will never win again. Whatever you choose is exactly right. 1. The evidence is clear. You belong. 2. The imposter was always the voice, never you. 3. Coming up or going deeper, the verdict holds. 4. Almost there, legitimate, earned, real. 5. Eyes opening, owning your seat at the table, or eyes staying closed, the case being built, the evidence mounting all night. Whichever you chose, you are not a fraud, you never were, and the evidence was always on your side.